Welcome back, everyone, to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
So we've done it. We made it through hell, climbed all the way up Mount Purgatory, finished that purification process right at the top.
Yeah, quite the journey. And now we're spiritually ready, standing right at the entrance to the final realm.
The big one.
Yeah.
Which means, in this 68th deep dive, we are finally stepping into Paradiso.
Paradiso, yes. The final book of the Divine Comedy.
And we're kicking things off today with the very first canto, Canto 1.
That's right.
So what's our mission? Same as always, really.
Yeah.
I want to dive into this canto and pull out some useful practical insights.
Lessons that can actually guide us on our own paths right here, right now.
Exactly. So Paradiso Canto 1, where does Dante start us off?
Well, right away, he throws down a challenge, really. He talks about the difficulty, almost the impossibility of describing what he's about to see.
The limits of language.
Precisely. Human words, he basically says, just aren't enough for the kind of, divine glory he's experiencing, the glory that fills the universe.
Okay, and isn't there a shift in who he calls on for help? He's not calling on the muses anymore like he did for Inferno and Purgatorio.
Good point. No, now he invokes Apollo.
Apollo, god of poetry, sure, but also, truth. Something more divine, maybe?
Exactly. It signals that what he's about to describe is beyond mere human art or understanding. He needs divine inspiration, divine light, just to even attempt to sing about it.
It really underlines the scale of what he's facing.
It does, and it connects to this word he introduces, a word he actually had to invent, trasumanar.
Going beyond the human.
Yes, transhumanation, you could say, the experience of surpassing human limits. And he stresses you cannot grasp this per verba with words alone.
It's too big for words. It makes you think, doesn't it, about those moments in your own life. Maybe seeing something incredible in nature or, profound connection. Things you just can't fully explain.
Right, that feeling of awe where words fail. Dante's hitting on that universal experience, that humility before something vast.
So how does this going beyond actually start in the canto, visually?
Well, they're still technically in the earthly paradise on top of the mountain. And Beatrice, she looks directly at the sun, intensely.
And Dante follows your gaze.
He does. But here's the amazing part. After all the purification, he finds he can look at the sun. He can endure its light without being blinded.
Wow. Okay, that's a huge change from the start of the whole poem, right? Back at Inferno, he couldn't even look at a sunlit hill properly.
Exactly. It's a powerful visual right at the start of Paradiso, showing his transformation. He's capable now. He can face the light.
That ability, looking right at the sun. What does that suggest about maybe our own transformations, overcoming things we thought impossible?
It suggests that inner change, that purification, allows us to face things, truths, realities, lights we couldn't handle before.
Makes sense.
And then they start to ascend, literally rising. But Dante's confused. He hears this celestial music, the harmony of the spheres,
right? And
he wonders, how am I, a physical body, doing this? How am I rising?
Yeah, good question. How is he doing it?
Beatrice explains it beautifully. She basically says, now that he's purified from sin, rising towards God is his natural state, as natural as fire rising upwards. Sin weighs us down, pulls us away from our true nature, remove the sin, and the soul naturally ascends towards its source, towards goodness, towards God.
So that feeling we sometimes get, that pull towards being better, growing spiritually maybe, that's not some artificial struggle against our nature. It's actually aligning with it.
According to Beatrice here, yes. It's the fundamental design, reasserting itself once the obstacles, the sins are gone.
Like gravity for the soul, but pulling upwards towards the good.
That's a great way to put it. And the canto ends as they arrive in the first celestial sphere, the sphere of the moon.
Okay, so let's pull together the key takeaways from just this first canto. We've got the limits of language, looking at the sun, this natural upward pull. What are the big lessons for us?
Well, first, that point about language is important. Recognizing that some experiences are just beyond words, it fosters humility, maybe encourages us just to feel the awe sometimes instead of trying to pin it down.
Right, not everything needs a label to be profound.
Exactly. Second, that powerful idea, aspiring towards good, towards growth, it's natural to us, like fire rising. That desire isn't forced on us, it's potentially wired within us.
So pushing ourselves to improve isn't fighting nature, it's tapping into it.
That's the implication. And third, notice how Dante ascends.
By looking at Beatrice, following her example.
Yes, the power of virtuous models. We're lifted up when we consciously choose to follow the example of those who embody what we aspire to.
Who you follow matters.
A lot.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And finally, that whole trasumanar idea, overcoming limits. The journey isn't just about location. It's about transcending what we thought was humanly possible. It's a message of hope.
Hope that we can actually change, grow beyond our current boundary.
Through inner work, through grace, yes, that potential is there. So Canto 1 gives us, embrace the ineffable, trust our natural pull towards growth, find good examples, and believe in our capacity to transcend limits. Pretty solid lessons for our own life journeys.
Absolutely, things you can really integrate.
So here's a thought to leave you with as we wrap up this first glimpse of paradise. If aspiring to good, to ascend, is as natural for us as fire rising, what might be holding us back right now? What's weighing us down?
That's definitely something to reflect on.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into Paradiso Canto 1. It's exciting to finally start this last part of the journey.
Indeed. Looking forward to continuing the ascent with you all in the next deep dive.